and we can put together a quilt. We'll start in Reading. Erin is there. Erin, what's going on?
Hello, thanks for having me on.
You're very welcome.
It really resonated what you were saying with me, because it is so tough. I'm 23. I'm a graduate. I did a Bachelor's of Science and a Master's of Science. I studied 5 years for a job that I was promised I was going to get, and I have been working for minimum wage for the last 6 months as a carer.
Okay.
And it's an important job to do, obviously, but I've studied 5 years to do something that, and not a single person from my entire class of 30 people has gotten the job that we were told we were going to get. And the rest of us are, just trying to make other plans. And it is so, so, so difficult. By the time you've paid your bills and your rent, like you were saying, you've got nothing left. It's just, everything is so expensive, and every single time you buy something, it's a little bit smaller than it was last time you bought it. And, I've stopped making plans. Concerts are not a thing, like you were saying. You don't have the money for it. I've given up hope, and you just sort of take it day by day, because that's all you can do.
And you are technically not part of the cohort that's looking for work but not in work. You're looking for work while in work. So that's 729,000 people plus everybody in your boat.
Exactly. And, I apply every single day. I'm applying for jobs. I trained as a physician associate, and that's got its own set of complications. But I'm looking for any job that I can possibly get that'll give me a career and not just part-time 0 hours work. It's so hard to get your foot in the door. I'm lucky if I get a rejection email nowadays.
How many are you sending out, would you say?
In the last year, I've probably sent over 100 applications to all sorts of different jobs. The majority do not bother replying. Sometimes you get a rejection, and that's it.
I tell you, one of the marks of how sad and bad things are is the feeling you get when you actually get a rejection. Oh, good, someone's acknowledged my existence, even though they're rejecting me.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, that's lucky. I actually get to know what happened with that application.
I mean, the world is a very, very different place from when I was your age, but I do actually remember that. It was curious. But the 30 people in your cohort, how many and you mentioned none of them have got the job that they thought they were going to get.
None of them have gotten jobs. Some of them went back home to live with their parents. That wasn't an option for me. So I'm just sort of trying to make,
and this is the crux for me. This is the crux of it, and I have to be careful not to fall back into trying to solve everything with one caller, with one experience. But the people who've gone back to live with their parents, when they do the sums that you do, they conclude it's not worth going out to do a job as a carer because my life is not going to improve in any measurable way because I'm going to be still living the life that I'm living. So why would I do the work, the paid work?
Exactly. And the amount of people who've told me, like from the older generation, grandparents, that sort of thing, you just need to go and sell yourself, put yourself out there. And I respond with, I have tried literally everything. I have driven to places and tried to hand them a CV. They won't take it. They say apply online. I have phoned everybody. I've emailed everybody I know. I've networked. My CV is full of charity work and volunteering. I have an incredible experience working with incredible people, and it doesn't get you anywhere because you're filling an online application. They can't see who you are online.
And AI is going to make everything worse, not only in the selection process, but also, in the case of some jobs, replacing humans.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I'm so sorry for what you're going through, and I'm not going to patronise you by wanging on about how bright and bubbly you sound or any nonsense like that. But I do wonder whether or not you've got a kind of escape route, whether you think of going somewhere else, because that's the worst thing of all, I think, is running out of options.
I think it is so sad, because if you'd asked me that question 2 years ago, I would have given you a list of so many things that I was actually really excited for. Sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional, but I was so excited for my life to start. And I feel like I've been waiting for that for years, and it's just, I feel like I'm going backwards every single time I take a step forwards. I have looked overseas, but unfortunately you need to have quite a few years of experience to work as a physician associate overseas.
Right.
And I actually can't even afford a plane ticket at the moment, so it wouldn't really be an option. I don't have too much support from people around me. I've got a very loving family, but not financially viable. That sort of makes sense.
And I think they don't quite get it either. They don't quite understand why you're in limbo. They think somehow, somewhere, it must be partly your fault.
Yeah, well, my mum was quite good with it, but yeah, my grandparents don't get it either.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's just, people just think you're not trying hard enough when I've tried so hard, I've got nothing left.
And the numbers support you. There's no earthly way so many people would be in the same or similar situations if it was down to each and every one of those 729,000 individuals plus everybody in your position doing. And I don't think you need to apologise for distinguishing between a job and a career. It's why we study. It's what we expect and hope for when we put in the hard yards in the lecture theatres and the classrooms. It just opens new doors. And the doors are locked. And I think for Erin's generation, quite possibly disappearing forever. And everybody sits here stroking their chins, wondering why kids aren't going to concerts anymore. Erin, thank you. I absolutely wish, I say this every few months, but I absolutely wish I could do more at the end of this conversation than simply say thank you, but I can't, and I'm sorry. It's 10:30. Dominic Ellis has your headlines.
Ministers have denied